Minister Modi's approval ratings are soaring high right before the Lok Sabha elections. And I think the ratings are not going to fall. They might plateau. So going back to Raj Lakshmi Joshi, very interesting. 76% for education, sanitation and cleanliness, 67% for cleanliness, 42% for handling corruption. You know, it's pretty clear. You know, voters know the issues on which they want to vote the Prime Minister for. So, you know, the issue of corruption can be an agenda for BJP, but people are voting him for education, sanitation, healthcare, even environment. Prime Minister has done very, very well. Rajya Lakshmi Joshi.
Yes, Mr. Kartikeya, and I would say that is because, when it came to the corruption part of it, yes, he did make a lot of promises. He had said, he had made a list of all these people who were corrupt, and he still is behind them. So, and you may see that there is such a huge hue and cry about the ED raids, etc., etc. So that is nothing surprising, and in fact, he is following exactly what he had promised that he would do. But the political parties are looking at it as political vendetta, but the citizens probably want even more action on that front. But when it came to the education, the healthcare, the sanitation, all these issues, the PM has, and in fact his government has, I would say they've delivered much more than what they had promised. In fact, when it came to sanitation, he had not even probably mentioned it, during any of his campaigns, but then he did come out very strongly in favor of all these issues, so which are very huge social issues, and these are the things that should have been taken up right from the time of Indian independence, but then these were ignored, and today all these things have made a huge impact on the lives of the people, and that is why they are rating him so highly on all these issues. So this is something that he had actually not maybe promised about, but like they say that you promise less and then you deliver more. So that is what he has done on all these fronts. And when it came to the corruption part of it, the maybe the expectation was much more, and that is still to happen. And I think that even though these almost all the people whom he had listed out, they're all under the scanner of the ED and of the CBI. So that is why it is not as if he has not done anything on that front, but then maybe the people want more on that front. So I think that even now the PM is seeking more and more numbers simply because he wants more strength so that he can take all these issues very strongly, and wants to make very huge social reforms, and that is the reason why he wants this majority, and that is the reason why he's looking for 370 plus for the BJP itself and 400 plus. So that is a huge goal that he has set for himself and for the political party. And the way the things are going, it looks like it could be a very huge possibility. Like earlier we were wondering how the numbers are going to add up, but now it looks like more and more of a possibility, because he is gaining strength to strength, not just in terms of popularity, but more and more people are joining him too. More and more allies are joining him. So that looks like a possibility now.
Okay, Sanjay, your thoughts on it? If you look at these numbers, 42% and 76%.
I'm not going to start with the 76 and 67%. I will start with the 42%. And what is the reason behind it? Why is coming? These numbers are very low as compared to the rest of the numbers and the graphs. There is a reason behind it. People believe on Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi ji, is no doubt on that, and they know very well that this is against the corruption. But why the question mark here arise in the people of India? When the outsiders are joining the Bharatiya Janata Party, I'll give you the example like Subhendu Adhikari. I'm just giving example like Ajit Dada Pawar. People have a question mark in their mind and they think they were corrupt. And obviously BJP has been targeting these folks as a corrupt leader, but why they are working with them? But the politics is totally different. People will not understand what is the politics and what is how to handle it. So that's why the numbers are down in corruption.
Honest
and
answer.
why is it, sorry sir?
An honest answer.
Yeah. This is a fact. Number two, when we talk about sanitization and 67 and 76%, I'll tell you the reason. When Mr. Modi became a prime minister and he gave a speech from Lal Killa, when he said Sauchalay, so I was a little bit surprised what he's talking Sauchalay. So for everyone, Sauchalay was a big thing, but he has delivered 11 crore Sauchalay to the people of India. That's a commitment, and that's the way he is working. So we need to understand. We need to understand two things. One is the politics, how the politics will work. We need to have alliances, coordination, politics, and all the things. Second thing, what is the agenda you have in your mind, and what are the scheme you're implementing in for the people of India, for the normal, I would say, mango man. So that's two things are totally different. That's why if you look at number of education is very high, percentage of sanitation is very high, and people are also believing in environmentals very high, but in corruption is very low. So people think differently, and politician analysts think differently. That's the only
Yes,
reason.
Sanjay, but there's also one more thing. His popularity rating soared after Pran Pratishthan, 10%. So it also means that there is a wide acceptance of temple of Bhagwan Ram. Brijesh, I would like to I would like you to come on this. As Congress and BJP has been saying, ये तो political है. 10% is not a small jump. 2%, 3%, 4%, but quantum jump within a month is something reflective of larger societal change in context of perceiving that event.
Well, Kartikeya, the problem is that the opposition would want to see a particular event in a particular way. You can't fault them for that. But then there is a reality.
Correct.
It's like, five blind people touching an elephant and trying to figure out the shape and size of the elephant. The thing is that, when you do a Pran Pratishtha in Ayodhya, which has been, revered by crores and crores of Hindu, when the Pran Pratishtha was done, when there was a widespread belief that, that Hindus were wrong, and this Pran Pratishtha was seen as an epoch event in Hindu civilization, as righting a wrong of centuries. It was but natural that there was a groundswell of support. Now, we discussed this during the Pran Pratishtha also, Kartikeya. If you look at the number of devotees making a beeline to visit and have a deco at Ram Lala's idol, the numbers are staggering. Lakhs and lakhs of people are going.
Absolutely, Brijesh.
So, and it is reflecting on the Prime Minister's popularity.
Raj, isn't that the reason? The Pran Pratishthan, people were dismissing it, and it changed the way. Because Pran Pratishthan is the center of India's cultural consensus. It's very clear now.
Yes, definitely. I would not say that is the only reason, but you know what? The opposition has actually played into the hands of the BJP, I would say. See, the BJP had not made it a BJP ka event. Very frankly, the invites that went were all from the side of the Ram Mandir Trust.